One of my favorite practices from John Wineland is to sit for extended periods. And it feels like extended periods, even if 15 minutes feels like a long time. But preferably for a half an hour or an hour, just to sit wherever you are, or wherever I am. In my house, but in my garden, out in the woods, at the beach, in the park. Just sit and watch and take it in. Now, this was presented as a practice of being masculine awareness, being masculine consciousness, awareness of the constant movement or the constant unfolding, the feminine in the world around me. Whether that's my cat or my dog crossing the room in my house, or whether it's the hummingbirds and the bees and the flowers in my garden, or the ravens in the forest, the wind in the trees. Just making the time to sit in silence without anything to distract me. No screens, no journals, pens, no conversation. Now I find this, I love this practice. I also find it really hard to do. I find it really easy to start wanting to write something or think about something. I'm not perfect in this practice, but whenever I do it, I just start to realize how rich this life is in this moment. And I don't have to do any exotic spiritual practice. I just stop, slow down, and start appreciating. I was thinking about that today because as I look around my garden, there's no end of work for me to do. I've got people coming today. There's no end of work in my house to do, to prepare. And most of that is not important. Almost none of it is important, in fact. What's most important is that when they arrive, I'm fully here for them. My heart is fully open. I'm not stressed. I'm ready to receive. So in that particular, I think it was that workshop, that week, co-ed weekend, and parenthetically, if you've never done a co-ed weekend with John Wineland and his team, whether in person or online, these are powerful experiences. They're great places to practice. I've learned so much. I've had such beautiful experiences. And I encourage anyone to, if you have the opportunity, to check that out. Anyway, towards the end of one of these co-ed weekends, John spoke to all of us and said, how are you holding back in love? I can go on about that. And I write about basically this question every day as part of my apprenticeship to love writing. And if that interests you, just send me a direct message and I'll connect you to that. But Then he had us practice, he had us men, or the masculine identified participants, sit and observe. And what we were to observe were the feminine identified participants moving into the flow of their feminine. And for us just to witness just how beautiful and how tender, how vulnerable all of this was. And all of it here to nourish us. I think about that a lot. I think about how this thing we call the feminine, the constant movement, the flow, the unfolding of everything around us, really is this incredible gift to me if I'm paying attention. So I encourage you today, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just even if you can only take a minute or 3, or best if you can take a half hour or an hour or even longer, and just sit and watch and notice and feel it all and enjoy it. Bye-bye.